get started on the next chapter. So, chapter 9, week 3 of the dual internship. First thing on Monday morning, Peodor informed Eriko that they will have their next guest speaker on Friday. She is Maria Meishing Murphy Shaw. She would talk about her journey from growing up sick to having surgery and life after surgery. Again, he made certain that Eriko clearly understands that she is to keep what she knows about Maria at the studio separate from the information that she will receive on Friday. After Eriko nodded, she started the day shadowing Peodor. The studio took a different turn that week. The driver informed Eriko that she will be spending Friday afternoon at the Department of Immigration and Naturalization Service. Maria's mother works for an immigration attorney. He will walk her through the process. On Friday, she will be taking the citizenship test. He started by taking her to the local library so she can get her own library card and check out some books about this country's government and history. After she drove them back to the clinic, Jonathan introduced Eriko to their weekly local television show where they showcase a local small business. So he gave her a checklist of items they need to load the company van. After he made certain that all the items are in the van, he had her drive to the client company. There he showed her how to set up the cameras, microphone, as well as do a sound check. At that time, the cameraman showed up, and Eriko spent the rest of the day shadowing the cameraman. Starting that evening, Eriko went into student mode and crammed U.S. government history into her memory. Before she slept, she took her prayer beads, prayed that she would pass the exam. Tuesday through Thursday was more of the same. She continued to shadow various staff members, absorbing more information about clinics and studios, how clinics and studios work. On Friday at the meeting room, Maria and her mom were there. Maria talked about her journey. She wanted to become a professional ballet dancer. However, soon after she hit puberty, the pains began. At first, they were more of a nuisance than anything. However, in high school, they were so bad that she had to go to the emergency room. Each time she was dissed by the medical staff, and her medical records stated that she has air quotes normal monthly pain. Long story short, she was kicked out of ballet school for missing too many practices and showing up in severe pain. Even though she missed a lot of classes, she did pass her classes and was accepted to the University of California, Southern California, on a theater arts scholarship. In her demo tape, she showed off her skills playing the piano, acting, and modern dance. However, no sooner than classes began, she was back into the cycle of trying to tough out the pain versus going to the emergency room. That's when she met Peodor. He was friends with Jonathan Kaneshi Morley. Of course, back then his name was Jonathan Kaneshi, right? Kaneshiro. They met at the local Toastmasters club because both of them were painfully shy and needed to gain confidence in speaking to a wide variety of people. Jonathan was also attending the same university as a television and film major, and Jonathan met Maria when the television and film department did a collab with the theater arts department. When Maria kept canceling their get-togethers, Peodor asked her what was the matter. When she said nothing, he kept pressing her until she told him the truth. Peodor immediately notified his grandfather about Maria's mystery illness, as he and his business partner started a company in New York City that helps small businesses network with each other. If anyone can figure out what's going on with Maria, they can. Almost immediately, they put together a list of surgeon specialists. They asked a lot of hard questions about each of the qualifications and the thought process they go through with each surgery. In the end, they came across a team of surgeon specialists from the former West Germany. If anyone can't figure out what's going on with Maria, they can. So, I put that sentence. So let me do it this way. Okay. And they did. Their official diagnosis was stage 2 endometriosis. As soon as they realized what Marie had, they went forward with the surgery, looking through every part of her body to look for and remove the lesions and adhesions. While Maria was recovering from surgery, her mother wondered whether or not she might have the same condition. Her symptoms were very similar. Moreover, she suffered many miscarriages until Maria was born. She did not have any additional children. When Maria's mother expressed her concern, they had her go through the same surgery with the same team. Not surprisingly, she was diagnosed with stage 3 endometriosis. Much to everyone's relief, both of them made a complete recovery, and Maria went on to having 2 children of her own without any complications. Let me write that down. So at this point, Maria and her mom opened the floor for questions. After everyone's questions were answered, they thanked Maria and her mom for sharing their journey. They came and escorted both of them to the front lobby area. When Pedro asked Eriko if she has any other questions, Eriko asked if this outcome is typical, and Pedro admitted that sadly most people go through several surgeries. Eriko wondered out loud what was different for Maria and her mom. Pedro also added that Maria only had their surgery 14 years ago. Only time will tell if that will be their only surgery. Eriko added that they were very lucky to have found an outstanding surgery team for figuring out not only what was going on with Maria, but also what's going on with her mother as well. Theodore nodded. Eriko spent the rest of the day shadowing Kim. That afternoon, Maria's mother's boss, an immigration attorney from New York City, picked up Eriko from the clinic and took her to the Department of Immigration and Naturalization Service to take a citizenship test. Much to her relief, she passed the test. When Eriko, when they told Eriko that they would call her when they're ready for her to be sworn in, the attorney immediately asked to see the supervisor. After the supervisor arrived and asked if there were any problems, the attorney asked why they can't give her an exact date and time to be sworn in. The supervisor apologized and scheduled the swearing in ceremony for the following month. After the supervisor asked whether or not there's anything else, the attorney said no and thanked her for her time. When the attorney drove Eriko back to the clinic, he told her that she can get her full name legally changed without having to go through the court system. After he gave her the name change form, he added that she will also have to notify the Social Security Administration over the name change as well as citizenship status change. And he added that she would need to register to vote. After he excused himself and drove back to the hotel, Eriko spent the rest of the day making dinner, debating whether or not she should change her name. Plus, she needed to come up with a reason why she's changing her name. Also, she will have to notify the Department of Motor Vehicles, her bank, and both of her internships of her name change. In all honesty, she always wanted an American first name. Her friends from high school called her Erica with a C or Erica with a K. And in terms of her last name, if she did get married, she would have to change her last name anyway, so growing up, she always loved her mother's maiden name. Plus, she was technically a Latina due to being born in South America. Their last name starts with her father's last name, followed by her mother's maiden name. So she considered changing her last name to Mizushima. Yeah. So Erika Sasaki Mizushima did have a nice ring to it. She made the mental note to notify both internships of her swearing-in day, as well as admit that she might want to take the entire day off since this would be the most important day of her life. So, since Eriko finished her citizenship test early and passed, the immigration attorney took Eriko back to the studio. At the studio, Maria, her mom, her two kids, Jonathan, his wife, their three kids, went to a private screening of their very first film about Martina the Beautiful Cockroach. This was the first film that aired at local art houses and won some international awards back in 1991. Erika loved the fact that it was a live-action play. She recognized Maria in her costume as a cockroach. Jonathan also had a cameo as one of the many failed suitors. If I remember, let me write this down. Let me give you like a link. There should be like some websites about this story, so you can kind of visualize what this looks like. Kind of like it's like a live play type of film. So moreover, Maria also sang the theme song. Moreover, Erica learned a lot more about Maria's Cuban heritage. The children were also intrigued and had fun time watching this film. When the film ended, everyone clapped their hands, and the adults congratulated Maria and Jonathan on the success of their first film. It generated about $1 million at the box office. I should probably do that. And they have been collecting royalties from the DVD sales as well. It was an awesome end to an eventful week. That weekend, Erica went through an extensive appointment. Theodore and Kim introduced Erica to Maria's family. Her husband is currently working in Australia with his father. They will return to the States in November in time for Thanksgiving. As a result, Eriko got a chance to get to know Maria better outside the studio. At this time, Maria mentioned that she reread Eriko's resume. It said that she used to play the piano. Maria told Eriko that she would have a better chance getting a full scholarship at Santa Clara University if she has current piano playing experience. As a result, starting Monday, Maria will have a private piano teacher at the studio to help her get back into active piano playing. After Eriko thanked Maria, they resumed getting to know each other better. On Sunday, Pedar and Kim took Eriko to the Buddhist temple. They spent the rest of the day with Chiaki's family. At this time, Pedar took Eriko aside and told her that she needs to expand her friendship group. That's why they had her spend the day with Maria and her family. Eriko thanked Pedar for introducing her to Maria's family and allowing her to see her different side of Maria. He nodded. So, I'll include that link in the description box below. As always, constructive criticisms, questions, asking for clarification, leave them in the description box below, and I shall see you next time. Take care.